Thank you for stopping by the channel. It is with much reluctance that I do this video. It's a video that I wanted to do for a while now. And it's a topic of seriousness and reparations for descendants of slaves. Certainly, I'm all for it. And however, how are we going to pay for it? How are individuals going to pay for it? For individuals like me, my ancestors came 25 years after the American Civil War had ended. And then the other ancestors came in the late 1900s or early 1900s, late 1800s. So it's one of those things where would it be fair for me to pay since my ancestors hadn't even nothing to do with it. They were in Europe, in Greece, Italy, Russia, France, and Ireland, and Germany. So Heinz 57. It's one of those things where I'm not opposed to it by any stretch of the imagination. I'm not opposed to it in any degree at all. In fact, I'm for it. Is it a monetary value? Who knows? It's one of those things. It's so difficult to really. And the easy thing to do is give money. Easy thing to do is just give money, and everything will be all solved. And I don't think that's necessarily true. But the only thing is, another thing is, for the descendants, for the ancestors of slave owners, they're very few and far between. How are you going to be able to find any of them? I mean, how are you going to be able to, like, I'm in the Midwest, upper Midwest. Even if they would have came during the Civil War time, they were up here, and they started in, I think they came to Northwest Iowa, and then they came to North Dakota, I think. I'm not sure exactly, but they came up the upper Midwest, and for me to pay reparations to somebody that it doesn't add up. It doesn't add up to logical sense. If I'm all for reparations, if their descendants, and that's even a touchy subject too, because how are you going to be able to fund that? Obviously, with the government and with corporate greed, I wish corporate greed would get. That's another point. Another side point that we could start funding reparations with and take it away from these damn CEOs. Anyway, but it doesn't add up to, for me or anybody, a lot of individuals, even up in the northern part of the country of America, where their ancestors again came 20, 30, 40 years after the Civil War. So it has nothing to do with us. It has nothing to do with me whatsoever. Not even my ancestors were part of it. I mean, they came well after the Civil War. Does this mean I'm opposed to it? No, as I stated, I'm not opposed to it. And I'm for it in a way that, I don't know. How are you going to be able to, is it all monetary value? Is it is monetary number? And it's easy to sit there and say $400 trillion. It's one of those things. It's with great reluctance that I do this video, because I know the seriousness of it, and I'm certainly not against it. But how are you going to be able to do that? I mean, again, I hate to sound like a broken record, but my ancestors came well after the American Civil War, and I will leave it at that. So, thank you very much for stopping by the channel. All right.